Proven winning overlay angles, video 17W. This is Santa Anita. This is the video 415. Well over 400. Okay, I've highlighted the race condition here. 25,000, claiming 25,000 non-winners of 2 lifetime on the turf. That makes it a double preferred race. Okay. Over here on the Horse Racing Digest page, you can click on the laptop there that takes you to the page with all the videos, or you can click on the handicapping video link up there, either one. It takes you to the page with over 400 videos on it. And right here on the right hand side, this listing is always here. This is what I have as value odds and overlay preferred races. Now what these are this. Of all the value odds horses that win at good odds, 90% of them come out of these races. Okay. We have out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 situations here, 2 of them I like as being the strongest. Okay, you got maiden claiming races, okay, which is one of my favorite of this group. Maiden special weight, claiming races with a condition like 9 winners of 2 lifetime, which is this particular race we're doing here, is one of those. As you can see, I have 4 stars there, so that's the second condition that I like the best out of this little group. Okay. Then you got your bottom low-level claimers, you know, $5,000 to $10,000 claimers at most tracks, maybe a little more at your grade A track, and then you got all races run over the turf. Okay, this race in this video here is also a turf race, so that's why we call it a double preferred race. Those are fantastic. And then finally, all races run over a wet track. Okay? Now, so we've established that this is a double preferred race. Okay? We look for the value odds horse, in which we have one here, number 5, LEL. 20 to 1 on the morning line. Our true odds on the report here, 6 to 1. Near post time, the 2 was bet down to like 70 cents on the dollar, just hammered. Okay, and you know, the reason why I go after these preferred races is because very frequently the betting public will zero in on a horse and send a lot of money in on it, and that horse ends up not winning and frequently not even finishing in the money. Okay, because you know, this in horse racing, there's so many things that can happen. Should any horse be 70 cents on the dollar? Really? Any horse in any race? When there's a million things that can go wrong during the running of the race, which this particular race is a perfect example. That's why I won't think of anything below 8 to 1. I don't even think about it unless it's a very rare exception. But anyway, they bet this horse Lisa Cozine down to 70 cents on the dollar. They bet Great Atlantic to 5 to 1. Okay, and then the very next pick, the third pick, LEL, our third pick, 58 to 1. Was like, you know, between 50 and 60 to 1 on the tote board near post time. That is a pretty big jump from second pick to third pick. Okay? Okay, that right there gets my attention severely. I mean, that you know, if LEL was bet down to 5 to 1, we wouldn't be looking at this video. Okay, that is the most important thing. Now, the next thing is, can I have confidence, or what is there to like about LEL? Well, obviously, the obvious thing is she's the third pick in a pretty decent field, so and that's by power rating, which takes in, you know, a gazillion things of all handicapping factors. So, I mean, the fact that she's the third pick in here at 58 to 1, okay, that's one thing. Now, the purple boxes here, each one of those is one of the 36 proven winning overlay angles, and one of them is strong, the value odds with par. And over here on the Horse Racing Digest page, your free ebook, the 36 proven winning overlay angles. This is always here. You can click on this, and it describes all 36 angles in detail. And angle number 10 is the value odds angle, and this is basically it. There are 5 certain other icons that, when listed on a value odds horse, have proven to be very potent. Pace, final time, par, late pace, total pace. Well, this horse has the par rating, okay, the par icon, okay? All right, so there, okay, I'm building a case now for confidence. She's worth the bet at those odds, but I like to have confidence in betting a 50 to 1 shot. Okay, now, what else can we see? I've highlighted her turn time rating of a 93. Turn time rating is the speed around the final turn, the acceleration around the stretch turn, which is very important in turf races to get that fast move, because that's where turf races are won. Swinging around the turn and coming home down the lane. LEL has the best turn time rating of this field. Okay? One more thing that I can have confidence in. Okay, let's look at some trainer intent here. She ran over the dirt last time out. I don't think that, you know, the fact that she was racing on the turf and that she's by sire Black Minalouche, who is a European horse, basically, you know, you got a lot of turf pedigree there, and that she was previously racing on the turf. I think that the trainer, Robert Bean, put her on the dirt just for conditioning purposes. I mean, it's a trainer move that's done frequently, switching surfaces. What a trainer does is they'll do that to try to spark something in a horse. You know, if it's a turf horse, put him on the dirt for a race, or put her on the dirt, then bring her back to the turf, or vice versa. If she's running on dirt, put her on the turf for a race, and then bring her back to dirt. It's a very common move. It's a trainer's signal that, you know, he's making a move here. He's making a calculated move with this horse. Okay? So, I mean, that's one more thing that I can say, okay, there's definitely trainer intent here, and that's always a good thing. Now, the fact that she has the best turn time rating and the second best mid-pace rating qualifies her for Super Angle S. Okay? Over here in the digest page, Super Angle S. Basically what that is the horse has to have one of the top 2 highest turn times and top 2 highest mid-pace and 8 to 1 or higher near post time. Okay? That's all it takes to qualify for Angle S. Okay? And she's got that. As a matter of fact, we have the new reports now. This is one of the new reports, winning overlay situations A through Z, over on the member page. For each track, you will see those reports right there at the top. And as you can see here, race 4 LEL, Angle S. Of all the angles of A through Z, I like Angle S the best of all of them. Okay? So there, one more thing to give me confidence in a 50 to 1 shot. And see, it all boils down to knowing how to read these reports. Okay? If you learn how to read these reports and interpret these reports, and these reports tell you a complete story on a race, okay? The betting public did this. The betting public looked at LEL and said, okay, she ran 6 out of 8 last time out. They may or may not even have noticed it was on the dirt, because that's just the way the betting public is, the majority of them. And then they looked at her previous turf starts, and see, that's basically what the majority of the betting public looks at. They don't look at a complete story of the race. These reports give you the complete story, okay? And once you know how to interpret these reports, watch the videos and you'll learn how to interpret these reports. Members are just having a ball. I mean, I got so many emails today on this race, and then there was a nice value odds winner in the Transylvania Stakes at Keeneland, and then another value odds winner in the last race at Aqueduct. And they were, preferred races. And I love getting emails from members that are watching the videos, and they know what to do. They recognize what they're looking at, and watching these videos. That's why I make these videos, is so that you understand how to use these reports and interpret these reports. And see, now I go to the window with confidence in a 50-to-1 shot. Okay? That's how we do it. All right? Now, let's put the bet together. We have a strategy that does not change. It's always the same. Okay? First and foremost, we got to get the win bet down. Even if we're going to play trifectas and pick threes and all that other stuff, we still have to make the win bet first. Because we don't want to have just a trifecta or a pick three and no win money, and somehow we miss the other bets and a $100 horse wins and we don't have a ticket. I mean, that's kind of stuff make you want to hang yourself. We've all been there, okay? We don't have to deal with that pain anymore. Because if you just get the win bet down first, then you're going to be okay. So for the videos here, I go $10 to win. Your bet could be more, could be less, depending on your bankroll. I have a lot of members that have big bankrolls and bet only to win. That's fine. Some members have light bankrolls, they bet only to win. I mean, you don't have to have a light bankroll to bet to win only. As a matter of fact, most of your professional players, big horse players, whales, they only bet to win. Okay, but I have a whole strategy. I like to play the exotic, so I got a whole strategy here. Now, the next thing that I do after I get my win bet down is I wheel the exacta. I always do that. So here I would do a 5-all exacta, and I play for $2. Okay. Then the next thing, if you got rolling daily doubles, okay, I also, not only do I wheel exactas, but I wheel the daily doubles too. So if it's a rolling double, I would look ahead. I say, oh, the fourth race is a double preferred race. Better get my daily double bet on that. So all 5 and a 5-all daily double. Now, next in line is the trifecta. Here's how we play it. We're going to key the 5 on top all by herself. In the second position, we're going to play 2, 3, 10, 8. What that is the rest of the horses in Group A, top 4 picks, it's Group A, and the top horse in Group B. Now I'm going to tell you, we missed the trifecta here. But we had a pretty good consolation of some pick threes and a couple of pick threes that paid good. But we actually missed by one horse. Okay, and it's going to happen sometime. So instead of cashing out here for $17,000, we're going to cash out for $4,000. So $4,000 for us is like a consolation prize. Okay, but anyway, the trifecta's played 5 on top by itself with 2, 3, 10, 8 for second, and then all for third, and then your superfecta all for fourth. Okay. Now pick threes. Very, very simple strategy. I believe in simple because it works. You're going to take a horse like this, double preferred race. Most of the time when you have a value odds horse that's 20-to-1 or 15-to-1, most of the time that horse is going to go off at good odds. It's only the horses that have morning line 10-1 and 8, 10-1 and 8-1 that sometimes get bet down. But if you got a 20-1 shot morning line horse, there's a good chance that that horse is going to go off at good odds. It's just a psychological thing with the bettors, okay? 20-1 scares off a lot of people. Well, that's good. That's good for us, okay? Now, how we play to pick 3? We're gonna single the 5 in our pick 3 wagers. That's right. We're gonna single the 50-1 shot, while everybody else is trying to single 3 to 5 shots in their pick 3s and 4 to 5 shots and all this other stuff. I mean, I don't see any purpose in that. Why would I want to single a 4 to 5 shot in a pick 3 when first of all, the horse has to win, and a million things can go wrong in a race, as did in this race with the favorite. You got to get the horse to win first. Then, what is it going to pay if you win? I mean, I don't want to hit a $70 or a $50 pick 3. That's not why I play. It doesn't interest me. I like to single horses at good odds. We single 50-1 shots, 20-1 shots, 15-1. That's how we do it. We single the long ones, the overlays. Okay? Then if you get your single home, you know, you got a heck of a chance on a nice ticket no matter what you do. Okay? Who do you think we play? If we're going to single the 5 in the pick 3, who do you think we play in the other 2 races? Very simple. We play the Group A horses. In the other 2 races, and what is the Group A horses? The top 4 picks. Okay? So in your pick 3, you're going to single the 5, and you're going to play the top 4 picks on the reports. Top 4 picks in the other 2 races. A $1 pick 3 cost you $16 to play. And that's how we do it. And, you know, if you were playing a pick 4 wager, it would just be 1 extra race in which you would play the Group A horses. But I mean, this can't be any simpler. I believe in simple. Well, the majority of the betting public believes that the answer to long-term profit is hidden in some kind of complicated, sophisticated deal. And I'm telling you, it's not. Okay? You ever see people go to the track for the first time and they win? You know, that beginner's luck? You've seen it. If you've been around the game, you see it, and it drives you crazy, doesn't it? Do you know why people that come to the track for the first time win? Because they are basically playing simple. And then they get hooked on the game, and they try to get more complicated, and then they never can recreate that moment. Okay? You got to think simple because it works. I mean, there's 400 videos on this page that I'm, you know, on that one page. Every one of them has the exact same strategy. Anyway, Kayla Straw, I like her. She's sticking it out in Southern California while dozens of jocks have come and gone. She's bound and determined to do well in Southern California. So, I mean, I got to give her credit for that. And she did her job here. 58.5 to 1. That's a $119 win mutual. Okay. We played a $2 exacta, so we're getting twice of the $5.59. Like I said, unfortunately, we missed this huge super and try, but I've got some consolations here. Let's take a look at that. Okay, here's all your payouts. $595 on your $10 win bet. $2 exacta returns $118.40. A couple of daily doubles, $341.40 and $223.20. And a couple of decent pick threes, $525.90, and a nice one here for $2,037.90. Total knockdown here, consolation prize, $4,841. That's a consolation for us. There's 415 videos on this page. I encourage you to watch them. You will learn, you will make money, you will win big amounts that you've never won before. Just learn, just watch these videos, watch them. You know, there's 415 here. Watch as many as you can in your spare time. Watch each one more than once. You will learn something from every video, and you will take the information that you learn from these videos and you will cash tickets. It's that simple, okay? This, you know, this is where it is. And like I said, it's important to watch each video more than once, because you'll hear me say something the second or third time that you watch the video that you might not have heard me say the first time you watch the video. Okay? You understand where I'm going with that? Okay. Repetition is really a part of a horse player's job. And, you know, these big chunks of $4,800 and, you know, $4 grand, $2 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand, you know, 5 grand, 2 grand. This is how you make profit. 24 grand, 3 grand. Long-term profit is made 17 grand. Long-term profit is made in these big chunks, okay? A lot of horse players want to, you know, they want to think they're going to bet 10 races and make $20 a race. The game just doesn't work that way. The odds are against that happening for you. Okay? You know the old story how you hear you can't beat the races, but you can beat a race? Well, technically that's true and false. Because, yeah, you can beat a race. There's 415 races here that are proof of that. You can beat a race. But, you know, by sticking to your strategy here and making a long-term profit by getting these chunks of winners, at the end of the year we made a long-term profit. What have we done? We have also beat the races. So it is possible to do both. Okay? Anyway. I'm over the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go on that and mull it over and, you know, do a little studying. A little studying goes a long way as a horse player. And you know, you'll be right there with us, cashing tickets, just like this, regularly. And like I said, you add up the big chunks, and that's how you make your long-term profit. Okay, that's how it's done. And as you can see, our strategies are very simple, and they don't change. That's the beauty of all this. There's never any guesswork. All you need to do is learn how to read and interpret the reports. And then within 30 seconds, you could put a bet together after you learn how to read this stuff. Okay? All right, I'm going to let you go at the 23-minute mark here. Thank you very much for viewing. And as always, good luck with all your wagers.